Alrighty, Chris, give me a second. Alright, I got this on, I feel like shit today, big time. I just walked the dog around the block. Susan's gone. She's had an appointment. She's got to take her mom to an appointment. But I just came downstairs and I can hardly frickin' breathe. This esophagus thing's gotten way up. So anyways, coconut oil in my coffee. It's about noon, 12:30 to 1 or whatever. Last night, just the hands are getting weak again when the shortness of breath and all that blah blah blah. I had tuned this down a half step just to loosen the strings of hair. I want to continue on the D major, and the thing is about this goes for any key. My heart cry, if you will, or suggestion to anyone listening to this video is pick a key, learn the scale positions in that key. We're doing D major today. This is tuned down half step, so my E's an E flat. You know, my F sharp is actually an F in standard tuning. Is the reason why when I say D major, learn all the scale blocks, people oftentimes will just think do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, you know, and they'll think of a D major chord. Whatever, you know. But there's a gazillion other things in in the scale blocks, and this applies to any key. If you want to learn it in A, there's a relative minor to every major key. Has a relative minor. That means every single note in that minor is the same notes as its major. In this case, it's B minor. The natural minor to the D major is B minor. So all the notes in B minor are the same notes as D major. If you start with the D note, see? If you start with the B, it's B natural minor. So learning the 7 scale positions in a key, they each have a shape to them. Doesn't matter what key, it's all the same no matter what key. You just move all the shapes and all those scale positions apply to whatever key you move it to. It's all the same. Your Dorian would come out, typically it's it's the second note out of whatever major key you're talking about. Starting with that second note. In D major, it's an E note. So your Dorian, if you just go from that note to that note, it becomes E Dorian. F sharp would be Phrygian in D major if you go just F sharp to F sharp. See some metal, a lot of metal stuff's out of that. All you're doing is you're favoring going to that note. All the same notes of D major. So that Phrygian flavor, so why you want to learn all the 7 scale positions in a key is because it opens the door to all the modal flavors you want to play. So if I wanted to favor F sharp Phrygian, I still got to go in the G Lydian block, the A Mixolydian block, the B natural minor block, C sharp low crane block, the D major block. But if I'm favoring Phrygian, I'm going into using all them blocks, but I'm just going from note to note, favoring the Phrygian flavor. Well, wait a minute. You know, so you're typically a groove that would fit Phrygian flavor, and this is D from the scale blocks of D major. You could have. This would be a diminished. What am I on? Oh. That's all D major. So, and it applies to any key. You got a Phrygian flavor, you've got a Lydian flavor. If I, but a G Lydian is in D major. If I had a chord progression would speak to me whether I want to favor Lydian or not, depending on what the chord progression is. So there's much more than just your major. When you've got to learn all them scale blocks so you can play any one of all them flavors, and you can move it to any key. If you're going to play A Phrygian, that's the third scale position from F. So if you know all the scale blocks of F major and also your D natural minor, if you learn all the scale blocks, you can go and weave into all them scale blocks and play to that flavor that you want, whether it's a Lydian flavor or a Phrygian or a Mixolydian or natural minor, whatever. So your Dorians, typically it's the second scale note of your major key, whatever you're talking about, in this case D. Your third scale block would be Phrygian, if you just go from that note to that note. And then your fourth is your Lydian, your fifth is your Mixolydian, your sixth is your natural minor. That means your sixth note, your fourth note, all that. So your fourth note of D major is G. And if I play just from G to G, playing all the notes of D major, it's G Lydian. So if I created a groove, let me think of something. That's your it's D major or the scale blocks you can use for that Lydian. And the reason why I'm playing it here is for ease of playing that phrase, from here. For me it's easier to go here. So the chord progression and how the groove's being played would speak to me on, wow, I'll favor that Lydian flavor, That's all. I'll use all the scale blocks of D major, but I'll favor, I go in the B natural minor. I'm trying to think. What? Now I could hit that B would hum, and I'm playing B minor block to this G. That kind of thing. So if that flavor, so you have to learn all the 7 scale blocks in a key, play them so much that you get used to what the shape is. This has a shape to it. If I play that same shape here at A, it's A major. The second block's going to have that Dorian shape, the same as this E Dorian is in D. But in A, it's the B. The second block from your major scale block will be your Dorian flavor. But that Dorian flavor's it's in the A block. It's in F sharp natural minor block. So that's the point about, there's no point in learning a Mixolydian scale at all. Only if you just learn that scale, it doesn't do much for you at all. You learn all 7 scale blocks that Mixolydian came from, and you can play it all over the fretboard from the lowest point to the highest. So in A Mixolydian's out of the D major, so I'm not going to always go playing A Mixolydian, go everywhere and just start with an A note and go to the A note. I might start at the B block and start from the top and do passing tones coming down and harmonize, not, you know what I mean? So A Mixolydian comes in it, you can play it. It's not just starting at the A and going to that note and you're having that major third instead of a minor third. That's mainly what it is, versus a minor pentatonic. I can play to a thing that speaks A Mixolydian and start with this note out of that scale block. Again, any of the notes out of the D major block, and I might want to favor just to one chord. I might just do that, give it a, which is kind of off of the E Dorian shape, but it fits to that. It's still Mixolydian. It works with the A chord. Or I could start. All that. Any of the notes in the D major scale block, will work to that A major chord, but it's the ones how you phrase them that's going to make a cool riff. So that's what it comes down to. You've got to learn the 7 scale blocks in a key. Just because I play E Dorian here, I could start with the F sharp and give it E Dorian flavor, I can do E Dorian flavor and never play an E note, that kind of, it's using all the notes in the D major scale blocks, whatever I want it to feel like. I might want to come up here and, but I know the scale blocks, so I just decide on what I want to hear. So it's not about going E to E for E Dorian. It's about using any of the notes in the D major scale blocks, whether you want to play low notes, high notes, and what you want it to feel like, because whatever note you start with and end on, it creates a certain feeling. So I could do that, and there's no E note in there at all. See, I've been playing and trying to totally avoid hitting root notes to a chord groove, Yes, I do use them, but I try to use them more in a passing. That kind of thing. It's just E Dorian. I'm on the F sharp note and I'm giving it a bend to the G note. I'm never using an E note to play to that E chord. Whoop. You know, you want to get, you're going to get more flavor staying away from, you know, like an E Dorian, staying away from the E note. You use it as a passing tone, and you can have a phrase that you just favor. That's okay. But you've got to say other things just besides that. That's what I do. I look for everything but. You know, on an A mixolydian, I avoid the A note. You'll see me play. I don't play an A note when it's for A mixolydian. I do, but as a passing. That's where you're going to find other flavor. So you have to learn the 7 scale blocks, and when you learn them, you get to see what the shape is. And then, again, if I was playing to a track, like, Phrygian flavor, I need to be able to go into all the scale blocks of D major and just play what I want to hear. And I would be avoiding that F sharp note. I would use it for sure, but it'd be passing tone. Here's it. I would look to see what all the other landing on the other notes. You're creating phrases, but now once you know all the scale blocks, you can jump into anywhere. And just play what you want to hear. You know, so if you practice and get those blocks down, then you listen to what they sound like. You know, I used to sit with them and you know, once you've gone up and down it and you got that scale block under your belt, then start listening to and you know, start playing like that. You know, listen to what the notes all sound like, you know, that's how you find what then you get to a point where you play what you want to hear, and you're not guessing, and you can create phrases that you're intentional phrasing, you know, that kind of thing.